Alright, it's the 15th of March 2025, 11:05 a.m. La Palma PD is what we're going for. I see the cop up there. Looks like we got some kind of Tesla. Yep, it's a Tesla. Gotta love Teslas.
So this one has a temporary plate on it, but it actually has a plate. So.
That temporary goes to it though, doesn't it?
What's that?
Is that temporary for this one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good enough.
It has a permanent plate.
They maybe just haven't got the plates yet?
Yeah.
Because I mean the DMV puts a temp, but then they'll assign the plate number too, and then they'll just waiting on the mail. Do we have a key card for this one?
No key. They just left the car here.
Oh, so it's 1124 abandoned. All right. Well, I love dragging Teslas. Let's see here. I'll do. Maybe I'll do long axle straps. Be nice.
Just reach.
On these you have to use soft straps around them. The whole bottom piece is all this like soft aluminum. I've used chains before, but if I leave a mark on that, I get stuck having to pay to replace the whole damn thing. And the first thing these people will do is try to accuse us of something. They always do. That's why I like it when they're wrecked, because I can just use my regular hooks. I don't have to care at that point.
Hook to that chain. There we go. And then now, gently pull it. All right. I'm gonna kill some skates. Oh, it's in free motion. It died. Yeah, they must have had a 12-volt failure because the e-brake's not on. That always goes on these. But if you lose power on the 12-volt side, there's nothing to put the e-brake on. And it's free rolling, so that tells me something. Or, yeah, it has to be. Oh well, should have called the roadside. To pull to the side. Go to that side. So I'm going to put a strap through the wheel, but if I don't take that off, it's going to crush that plastic. Some people take them off and just clean the wheels. It actually looks a little better.
All this guy really had to do was just leave a note saying, hey, my battery died or something, but we've been out here
Just call in dispatch.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, but people don't do that. People don't think about that. I mean, realistically, who wants to call the cops?
Huh?
Realistically, in this day and age, who wants to call the cops?
Right.
You know?
Well, if I didn't want my shit towed, I would have called the cops.
So I tell people with CHP all the time too, because CHP will tow shit too. Depends on how it's parked. If it's parked okay, they'll give you 4 to 8 hours. Depends on the officer and that beat. If it's a lot of people are calling in, they'll tow that shit right away.
Yeah, see, someone already called for this one, so at this point it's motorcycles.
Yeah, because it becomes a hazard at that point. If enough people are calling, it means it's distracting the motoring public. You know, that's where that, you know, 22651 Bravo comes in. It's a traffic hazard. All right, I got to put a couple more straps on this thing and we'll be out of here. 2 more hubcaps. I'm gonna guess the doors are locked. Good, good. Alrighty, boss. No problem. Have a good one. So we had a problem with our Tesla, and we just decided to leave it there for a couple hours, and now it's getting towed. Alright, we'll get back to the yard. Alright, we're back. And I'm gonna put it over there. Got enough junk right there. Although it would have been good if I had pulled my pickup truck forward a little more, but that's okay. We'll make it in there. Yeah. Well, I guess nobody's coming to get this thing for a minute because the owners are out of town. I guess somebody was probably driving it, and well, it looks like the car had a problem, and they just decided to leave it. Should have called their roadside, should have called PD and let them know too. I know everyone's like, well, why call the cops? Well, because we'll tell it. You know, the cops said, had they just left a note. Oh, we got some battery power again. Well, if you're watching your Tesla cam, if it's working, your car's in an impound yard. Sorry. California vehicle code does not allow for you to just leave your car on the side of the road without making some effort to do something with it. You know, we have an anti-abandonment law. You can't just abandon your car on the side of the road here. Now, in the sense of the word abandonment, I doubt they were, you know, getting rid of it, but still considered abandonment if you just leave it there. and walk away. Our roadside probably said, we'll be there in 3 hours. And it's probably our local tow company behind us that probably has the call. But you know, that's what happens when a roadside wants to be cheap and use them. You get what you pay for. You really do. And this is going to be a more pricey tow because it takes longer to do all these steps. Well, you have to be a lot more careful with these things, especially if it's not wrecked. I gotta put the hubcaps back on. So whatever I do to this car, I gotta leave it how I found it. Well, by putting hubcaps, taking the hubcaps off to tie it down, well, now I've got to put the hubcaps back because it has to be, left how I found it. I might need to strap the back end and slide it over some. Yeah, it's gonna hit the rails. You know what? We can just move the wheel. Yeah, it's fairly clear. Looks like this might be like some 12-volt system problem because I've never had one where it hasn't had the e-brake locked on, or they left it in tow mode, left it for a tow truck. They shouldn't have done, but you know. All right, let me find something to put under the wheels. Got this block. Put it under the driver's side because it's gonna roll forward. Alright, now I'm gonna pull the release on the cable, roll the bed out from under it, get it under there, take those items off. Yep. Just taking the winch cable off it if we can. There we go. One-handed. Alright. I'm gonna wrap that back in. I like a tidy winch, and that means having the cable lapped all the way back to the drum. Up. So we're in the transitional phase. I'm going to need to make sure I there we go. Watch that transition climb on itself. I have a loading bridle for these things. I just don't use it a lot because 90% of the time they're wrecked, so I don't need to. I don't do a lot of Teslas that are not wrecked. So I took it off the truck because I just don't need it. But in a case like this, yes, that would have came in handy. But another way to do it is wrap axle straps, which these are, and use those to load it. And then I just run this chain in between the two to give me something to hook onto. Yeah, I mean, The J hooks don't really make a mark on those. I know it's just like this big giant thing of taboo to do it. I have another one of those, I just don't know where the heck it is. Alright, I usually split them up side by side so I don't have to walk around the truck. I usually have 2 on one side and 2 on the other. Same thing, I keep my chains, that way I can not have to walk around. Just more efficient. Alright, so let's grab the hubcaps, put those back on this car, and then it's done. So, keep them from scratching each other, I usually put them face to face. Keep the hard parts away from each other. I will put these 2 right there for right now. Alright, let's put the front one. The hubcaps always have a hole for the valve stem, and then these secure in the middle and on the edges. Usually, if you grab them on the edge, they're easy to remove. These hug the wheel a lot. So just light taps around. You're not trying to like beat the thing on with a sledgehammer. If it's not going on, then something's not working right. I'll give you that much. Like I said, light taps. There's 2. And I'll do the back one to work my way forward on this side. So there's the valve stem right there. I'll put the center in first this time. And then this one is in. Ah, it was the center. Okay. Didn't want to pop. Alright. Like I said, they got a ring in the center and then they grab on the edges too. Although these kind of look cooler without the hubcaps, but the hubcaps are for aerodynamics. I think it's minuscule in how much it really is going to save you. Center again, stopping me. The edges are grabbing. All right, it's on there. We're good. Alrighty, that's it. One abandoned Tesla in the impound yard. Thanks for watching.